Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. This is an eBay haul from a whole bunch of different places. There's one rummage sale, a couple thrift stores, the consignment sale, Facebook Marketplace. So it's a little bit of everything. This on, I think it was Friday, April 12th. There wasn't too much going on around here, so I decided to go out to PA, probably like an hour away, out in my old stomping grounds where I used to live before I moved back home here. And I'd never been to this one before, so I decided to give it a shot. Sounded good. It was horrible. I don't know if it's always that way. I'm hoping not, but I just had a heck of a time trying to find things. So luckily on my way home I had much better luck at a couple of thrift stores that I hit, because I wasn't going to go all the way out there and then just drive all the way back with nothing. So I figured I'd hit some thrift stores, but went to this one, and I think I mentioned this before in another video, but it was very weird because I was sitting there. I think I was third in line and sitting next to another lady, and we started talking about stuff with the other people in line, and I started to talk about Nasty Rummage Sale Lady, and she ended up recognizing me from these videos. I'm like, huh? She's like, are you Heather? I'm like, yeah. So that was freaky. I was not expecting that at all. But really, really nice lady named Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Hope you've been having better luck than I have in the past couple of weeks. Hasn't been so great at the rummage sales. I hope you had better luck at this one in particular than I did. But I'll show you guys what I got. I think I didn't spend much at all. I don't know if they calculated things wrong or what they did, but I had my hands full and there were people all over the place, and I just handed them, I don't know, I think I paid like $6 for everything, and that included 3 big bags of golf balls for my husband, which there's a little story attached to that one, which I'll tell you in a second. So let me show you what I got there. I ended up spending maybe, I don't know, it turned out to be like 25 cents a piece on each one of these items. So I went to their crafty section, and the only thing I could find was this Peter Rabbit birth sampler chart. It's been discontinued. It's ripped a little here, but of course that doesn't make a difference where the chart is concerned. The only reason for these lines here is to find the center. For those of you who know, who do cross stitch, most people start from the center point out, so that's why that's there. But it's in decent shape. Like I said, paid like $1.25. I think I had it up for $15 at auction, because the Beatrix Potter ones sometimes are more popular than normal baby samplers. And that one's a little harder to find. It didn't sell at auction. I think I lowered it to $12.99 free shipping, so we'll see what happens. If it still doesn't go anywhere, then I'll probably either lower the price or add best offer on it. Then I got one stinking mug. He's really cute though. This is embossed snowman mug from Hallmark. He's all raised with this raised polka dot border. He says Hallmark on the bottom. If this wants to focus ever. There we go. So might make, I think I have him up for 20 with free shipping, somewhere around 18 to 20 with free shipping. I got a Christmas sweater. Like I said, I'm desperate when I start buying clothes at a rummage sale. And speaking of clothes, I showed in a previous video, I think, a Taylor Swift t-shirt that I bought, against my will, because I was having a hard time finding things. And I sold it, and I was happy. I'm like, thank God this Taylor Swift thing is out of my house, because I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. And last night, because it was in my husband's store, last night my husband gets a message, and it says they want to return it. It was the wrong size. I'm like, ugh! This is why I don't like clothes. Drives me crazy. Even when you put the size in the listing and you put measurements, and they still can't manage to buy the right thing. But at least I can relist it again when it comes back. Moving on though. This is a very, very sparkly sequin gold reindeer from V28. It says Amazon shops. I should be able to get about, I don't know, at least 20 with free shipping on this. Obviously closer to Christmas. But, you know, pretty good since it was brand new with the tags and only cost me $1. I got this big wooden pepper grinder. This is from Mr. Dudley. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. I don't know what this will do. Maybe 10 plus shipping. It's a little scratched up, so we'll see. I don't have that one listed yet. In the game section, I got this bass fishing electronic game because it was still in here. I mean, it wasn't, obviously it was open when I bought it, but I had all the instructions and everything. Unfortunately, when I opened it up at home, there was some corrosion in the battery case. So I'm gonna have to see. My husband cleaned it out, and we're not 100% sure if it works properly. It works, I just don't know if it works properly. So I got to read the directions. If I can get it to work the way it should, then I don't know, maybe 10 plus shipping on that, maybe a little bit more. And the best thing I got there was, this was also in the game section. This is a, take this out so you can see it. The official Scrabble Player's Dictionary, this little electronic thing, of which a piece of paper from it just fell on the floor. Anyway, these can go for really good money. I think I have mine up for $40 with free shipping right now. It didn't sell. Did I put up at auction? No, I didn't put up at auction. It's just $40 with free shipping. There are newer versions of these that sell even better. And if you can find any of these, regardless of whether it's this model or the new model, new in the package, you'll probably get, for the newer ones, at least $100. And for these, maybe like 60 or 70, maybe a little bit more. So keep an eye out for these. This one works great. I tested it out. Just gotta wait for that buyer to show up for it. So after that, I ended up going to some, well, I decided I was going to go to some thrift stores. But before I did that, I had to walk all my stuff out to the car. Now, I had my big bags, but I had all these breakable things in my bag, and I couldn't put all these golf balls that I bought from my husband on top of everything because things would break. So I found him 3 bags of golf balls. They had them double bagged in those like Christmas gift bags. So there were 3 decent sized bags, and I figured, okay, well, they're double bagged, so I'll get out, you know, at least get to my car without any mishaps. No. I got about halfway to my car, and all of a sudden one of the handles gave way, and there were balls rolling all over the parking lot. Thankfully, the parking lot kind of slanted, and there weren't any cars coming at that particular time. The parking lot kind of slanted downward, and there was a patch of grass, so all the golf balls went into this patch of grass, and these 2 sweet little boys helped me pick everything up. And I went on my merry way, and I came home and poured them all into this big tote. I mean, there were a lot of them. There were a few hundred golf balls probably. So my husband came home, and he's like, oh yeah, you got all those golf balls, huh? He's like, that's great. I go, yeah. I said, you better appreciate them. He's like, why? I go, because I had to chase your balls all over the parking lot. I said they just started rolling, and they ended up in the grass. And he started laughing. He's like, oh, he goes, well, usually that doesn't happen. He goes, I try really hard to contain my balls. I said, well, I would hope so. So we had a laugh about that. Please don't give me comments about, me being too dirty or something now. It's just a joke. So after the golf ball incident, I ended up going to a couple thrift stores. One was the Goodwill that was close to that rummage sale. And I got 3 things there, all mugs. Actually 4 things, but 2 are the same. And I spent $5 for, let's see, $1 a piece, I think. I bought, maybe these are $2 a piece. I can't remember. I think they might have been $1. I got these Global Design Connections mugs with these embossed bunnies that go all the way around. So I got 2 of those. It was close to Easter, but it was a little too close, so I didn't get these up in time for them to sell. So I don't know how long it's going to take for these to go. But I think I have them up for $20 with free shipping, because I saw a completed listing, and that's about what they're going for. I had another one that I showed you in a previous video because it already sold and I already shipped it. It's a Dutch wax mug. That's the maker's mark on the bottom. They have floral designs on them with like a lot of little raised designs like polka dots and stuff like that. And apparently they're very, very popular. They sell for probably $10 to $20 a piece plus shipping. Mine I sold for $11 at auction plus shipping because it had a teeny tiny little flea bite chip in the handle. But the buyer is thrilled to death. She left me great feedback and she loves it. So I'm happy it found a new home. And the last one I found, oh, that one cost me $2, by the way. And then this one was 99 cents. And I bought it because it said Metropolitan Opera here. And I recognized this drawing, or at least the style. And then I looked at the side and it says Edward Gorey. And he does the illustrations for PBS for their murder mystery series. So I ended up looking this up. These actually do really well. I think some of these PBS mugs that you can get, I think that some of them are only available like if you donate to the pledge drive and stuff like that. So they're not nearly as common as other mugs. The only mark that it has on the bottom is made in China. And it has a gold rim on it. Some of the gold is wearing. However, when I look these up on eBay, that seems to be the norm. I haven't seen any where the gold is perfect. But these are averaging around $30. I think I have it up for $30 plus shipping. So this should do pretty well. I already have some watchers on that. So I was happy to find that. Then I ended up going to another thrift store that I pass a lot when I end up going into PA to our dentist and stuff. Yeah, our dentist is still in Pennsylvania because I have this fear of the dentist and I won't switch. So for 20 years I've been going to the same guy and I will drive now 40 minutes to get to him. I don't care. And there's a thrift store there called Good Stuff, and they actually have, I think, 2 or 3 locations. But this one was on my way home, so I stopped there. I don't usually have too much luck there, but this time it was much better. I forgot to bring the yarn in. I did buy a big bag of eyelash yarn, which is that yarn that has all the little pieces hanging off of it. They call it eyelash yarn. I think there were 16 skeins of it for $7. I should be able to get, I'm thinking like 20 or 25 for that plus shipping, but we'll see. I don't have that up yet. But in the other section of the store, they had a big basket full of beauty products. So I decided to go over there and look, and I was very pleasantly surprised. So first up were, of course, some Bath & Body Works and Victoria's Secret, because you guys know how I love to look for that stuff. These were all $1 a piece, I believe. This is Magic in the Air, which I still think they make, but it was really cheap, and I figure I will hang on to this for the moment, see if I can pick up any more over the season, and then sell it all together as a lot. as it is right now, I should be able to get probably 10 to 15 plus shipping for those. Then I got this tube of Victoria's Secret Night Angel fragrance lotion, 8 ounces. This was also $1. I think I have this up for 15 or 16 with free shipping. Then I know in, I think my last video I just talked about dusting powder. I found this vintage one from Masumi. Never heard of it before, but it is brand new. It hasn't been opened, as you can see. I paid $2 for this. This is by Coty, 4 ounces. Not that great. I might get maybe, what do I have this up for? Might be 20 or 30 with free shipping. So not all the dusting powders are fantastic. You got to look them up, but still worth buying if you can find them cheap enough. Then I got these two, and I got to do some research on them. I've been trying to research this one because this is Eau Sauvage by Christian Dior Eau de Toilette. I paid $3 for it. But it has a barcode on the side, and I think normally they're supposed to be on the bottom. But I did find a blog where I found images of Christian Dior perfume and stuff, and there was one example where the barcode was on the side. So I think this one is legit. That's the only thing I don't like about buying designer things like this, is because sometimes there's no good way of authenticating it, and then you put it up there and then somebody comes down on you and, you know, accuses you of, you know, being a criminal. Like, well, I didn't do it on purpose. You know, you think it's real and then you're not sure. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm probably going to list it because I'm pretty sure it's okay. And then there's this one that I never heard of called 1872 by Clive Christian. It is, this cost me $5. It's a 1 ounce perfume for women. I could find this in the men's scent, but not necessarily in the women's. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And the last one I found there was this bottle of Beyond by Estee Lauder, or it's Beyond Paradise. Beyond Paradise. It's a 3.4 ounce bottle of perfume. It's about 60% full. I paid, where is it? $1 for this. And I just sold this morning for $50 with free shipping. So this made it, you know, everything worth the trip out that day to PA. So I was happy about that. And oh, I forgot one little thing from the horrible rummage sale. I got this little Mickey Mouse pewter bell. He's the leader of the band. It has a mark on it. It's very hard to see, but it says NE right here. Don't know what that means. But there were apparently a whole series of these, but I might only make a few bucks on him. So not a really great find. Then I went to the consignment sale. I already showed you guys one thing from there in a previous video. For a couple bucks, I bought a box of 3, focus, box of 3 olive oil soaps. What is this doing? There we go. Box of 3 olive oil soaps for $2. I sold that for $20 with free shipping. And then the other thing I found there, which I was very happy to find, was $5. And as soon as I saw this on the front of the box, it said Mackenzie Childs. I was like, oh, jackpot. I don't even know what it is, but I need to bring it home for $5. I had to carefully take the tape off the box so I could peek in there and look before I bought it. But it turns out it's this tray with the rattan sides on it. I personally don't think it's that beautiful, but I'm sure other people will. This is her Flower Market oval tray in black. They make them in a lot of different colors. Marked Mackenzie Childs on the bottom. And I should be able to get, I think, at least 50 out of that. I'm going to put it, plus shipping, I'm going to put it up at auction. But I haven't seen any others that actually come with the box. I really don't want to ship this thing with this big honkin' box, but I'll probably make more money off of it if I do. I really don't like to ship big things, you guys. It's such a giant pain. And as I'm sure any of you who resell know, you'd rather sell small things. Alright, and last but not least, I have two more little things. There was some kind of estate sale clean out place, and they rented out some space in our little kind of outlet place that we have in town. And they had like I think it was like a 2-week, they called it a blowout sale. I didn't go there the first couple of weeks, even though I'd heard somebody say that they got some decent stuff there. I went on the very last day. I think they did it a third week for like 1 day, and I went there, and the only thing I found for $1 was this little guy, and he is adorable. It's this little brass fox paperweight figurine. He does have some marks here. It looks like somebody had tape on him, but he's got the little fitted felt bottom, and he's just adorable. Some of these brass figurines can go for really good money. I put him up for $40 at auction, and he didn't go. But one of the reasons I think I put him up for that much was because I think he's so cute, and if it, you know, it comes down to him having to live with me forever, I'm okay with that. Because we have a lot of foxes, a lot of baby foxes in our woods and in our backyard. So I've become very attached to foxes. So if it sells, it sells. And if it doesn't, then that's okay. He can sit by me near my computer when I work. And last but not least, on Facebook Marketplace, I saw this little square cake plate from Villeroy & Boch. This is from their Naif, I think it's pronounced Naif, wedding pattern. And these consistently sell on eBay for about $100. I paid $20 for it, and I have it listed right now. So we'll see what happens. I think Replacements has one up there for like twice as much, or close to it. So mine's up for $99 plus shipping, I believe. So I shouldn't have a problem selling it for that price. So that was a good buy. So that's it, guys. I will be back with a new rummage sale that I went to, but I found a lot of good stuff. And I still got a couple more after that. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.